Good morning. I'm Natalie. I teach with EarthTreks Crystal City. This morning will be a 45-minute daybreak flow, so more like a gentle flow sequence, some deep stretches, a few longer holds today. So we're going to go ahead and get started lying down. I'll leave the class without any props. If you have any props like a block or a strap that you have nearby, you're welcome to use them, but for today's sequence, they're not really needed. All right, let's get started. We'll start in Reclined Butterfly. Bringing the soles of the feet to touch, knees splay out. And then for this morning, starting in Goal Post, if that feels comfortable. Get a nice little stretch through the shoulders, the pectorals. Just taking the next moment or two to settle in. And as you make the transition from your morning to your mat, just noticing any tension, any tightness in the body. And instead of circumventing it, really trying to ease into those spots throughout practice today. And starting to send your attention and your focus to your breath. Taking nice long inhales and equally as long exhales. And as you inhale, feel your belly, your ribs, and your chest expand. And as you exhale, see if you can relax the backside body a little bit deeper onto your mat. Noticing any thoughts that may be coming into your mind. And acknowledging these thoughts as valid. And then see if you can let them go, knowing that you can return to them after practice. Let's take another full inhale and exhale here. Bringing your arms down by your side, drawing your knees together, and then hug your knees into your chest. Let's take a full Sacrum Circle in each direction to release the lower back, going clockwise, and then counterclockwise. And then drawing the knees back in, releasing the legs long. We'll start with banana, a really nice side body stretch. So bringing both legs to the lower right corner of the mat, hips come all the way to the left. Try to keep both hip bones square to the ceiling. Arms reach up and overhead, and the right hand will catch your left wrist. And pressing your palm away from the body, and reach your arms up and over to the right. So big C curve through the side body. Right away, if this feels like a bit too much for the shoulders, you can catch opposite elbows. And if you'd like to deepen the sensation, you can cross your left ankle over your right. And you'll probably notice the left hip wants to peel up and over. Try to keep it rooted down. Let's take another full inhale and exhale, and releasing the elbows, the wrists, the ankles, right? Coming back through center, and pausing at center before we do the second side. So just notice if you're arching your lower back, you can tell if you are, if you can bring your hands between the lower back and the mat, right? So tuck the lower back under, keeping it rooted down, reach your arms up and overhead, shoulders also lift. And if you draw your thumbs so the thumbs are facing the mat, pinky fingers facing the ceiling, keep tucking the lower back under, you get a nice stretch through the lats, right? Right under the arms. Side body, top of the shoulders. Keep reaching. Let's take another inhale and exhale. And releasing the arms by your side so we can set up for the second. Right? Both legs come to the lower left, hips to the right. Again, getting that nice angle, keeping the hips square to the ceiling. Arms reach up and over, left hand catches the right wrist. Press the right palm away from you. And this time arms come up and over to the left side. And taking any modifications that feel good. Opposite elbows. Right ankle over the left. And really sending your breath to the right side body. And let's take another full inhale and exhale. Releasing any of the binds that you have, ankles, wrists, shoulders, opposite elbows. And coming back through center, drawing your knees back into your chest. And bringing your hands to your hamstrings. Just take a few gentle rocks up and down the entire length of the spine. Really going for range of motion over speed. So you're rolling through the lower back, middle back, and upper back. Let's take one more rock. And all coming to meet in a comfortable seated posture. Coming to the top of the mat, the front of the mat. We're going to take deer pose. So for deer pose, we'll start with the right foot behind you. So you're bending the right knee, right foot's going behind you. Sole of the left foot comes inside your right thigh. And bring your right hand to the right hip, kind of drawing the right hip to the left knee, starting to open up through the hip flexor and the quad. Then on your inhale, arms rise. Exhale, twist over to the left. So your right hand is on your left thigh, gazes over your left shoulder. You're continuing to send the right hip towards the left knee to get a nice deep stretch through here. Noticing if you're kind of dumping your weight into the left shoulder, you can come up to the left fingertips. The option to stay right here or to get a nice neck stretch, bringing your head back to center, and then release the right ear to the right shoulder. The option to stay here, just tuck your chin in towards the left shoulder. It changes the sensation more to the back of the neck. And then gently lifting your head, bringing it back to center, walking your hands forward. Bring your right hand to your right thigh, kind of pick the leg up and loosely cross your right ankle in front of the left for oyster. And so really try to keep your sits bones rooted down as you walk your hands forward. Hopefully feeling the stretch in the outer right hip, maybe into the IT band. And the more you can send your hips back as you walk your hands forward, the deeper you'll feel the sensation. And with these longer holds, the point isn't to eliminate sensation, right? It's really to try to work deeper into the pose. And so maybe you notice as you hold a little bit longer, you can walk your hands forward just a little bit more. Let's take one more inhale and exhale. Walking your hands back in, bring your hands a few inches behind your seat, fingertips face you, press into the palms, glutes activate to lift your hip flexors to the ceiling. See if you can keep your knees down. Just a big opening through the front side body. Let's take another inhale, exhale, lowering down. Same series, second side. So the right knee stays just where it is, and you're bending the left knee, the sole of the left foot comes behind the back. Right foot is resting on your left thigh. And again, left hand to the left hip, drawing the left knee towards the right. Left hip towards the right. Right, opening up through the hip flexor, your quad. And then as you're ready on the inhale, arms rise. Exhale, twisting over to the right, gazing over the right shoulder. And the option to stay right here or to incorporate the neck stretch, bring your head back to center, left ear releases to the left shoulder. And the more you kind of press into your right fingertips, the deeper you'll feel this sensation. And the option to stay here or tuck your chin towards your right shoulder. Gently lifting your head, coming back to center, walking the hands forward, left hand to the left thigh, picking up the leg, and then loosely crossing the left leg in front of the right. Oyster, right, so keep your sits bones rooted down, trying to walk your hands forward with a nice straight spine. And just noticing if the sensation feels different on one side or the other. It usually does. Maybe you notice you're walking your hands forward just a tiny bit more. And let's take one more full inhale and exhale. Gently walking your hands back in, bringing your hands about 4 inches behind your seat. Fingers face you, press into the palms, engaging your glutes, opening up your hip flexors for a little back bend here. Chin can stay tucked into your chest. And let's take another full inhale. Exhale to lower down. And walk your hands forward, gently roll over your ankles, and find yourself in tabletop. Knees are directly under your hips, wrists directly under your shoulders. Move through 3 rounds of cow-cat. And on your inhale, chest drops, gaze lifts. It's like you're squeezing a pencil between your shoulder blades to really draw the chest forward. On your exhale, chin tucks into the chest, doming the upper back. Inhale brings you to cow. And exhale to cat. See how much space you can create between the shoulder blades and cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale, cat. And then coming back into your neutral spine, bringing your big toes to touch, knees matched with distance. Coming into your wide-legged child's pose, sending your hips back to your heels. And you can keep this stretch isolated in the lower back and the hips. You can also bring it into the shoulders by walking your hands forward and with straight arms really pressing into your palms. Or for a nice tricep stretch, taking praying mantis, bringing the palms to touch, elbows bend, bringing the hands behind your head. Gently placing the palms back on the mat if they've lifted. And on your inhale, tug all 10 toes under. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. So we'll ease into down dog for about 5 rounds of breath, right? So taking any movement that feels good for your body, pedaling the feet, lifting your heels, just taking what your body needs to find stillness in the pose, right? And then see if you can draw your chest back towards your thighs a little bit more, working into the inverted A. Feet or hips with distance, head and neck are relaxed. Pressing into every single finger mound. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. And on your inhale, sending your gaze forward. Exhale, Inchworm Vinyasa. Taking little steps up with your feet. You can tend up to the fingertips to give your hamstrings space. Once your toes meet your hands, inhale, halfway lift, bringing the hands to your shins. Shift the weight forward. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Nice straight spine, straight legs. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Ragdoll, catching opposite elbows. Heel toe the feet slightly farther apart. And you can take a nice deep bend in the knees. And using the weight of the elbows to keep shifting forward and down, opening up through the lower back. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Keep the bend in the knees, release the elbows, chin tucks into the chest, doming your back. And see how slowly you can roll up. Really taking your time. Slowly coming all the way up to Tadasana at the top of your mat. You're welcome to close your eyes or lower your gaze for the next 3 rounds of breath. And on your inhale, arms rise. And exhale, hands to the heart. 2 more just like that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms rise. And then exhale, hands pause at heart center. And just taking this moment to set your intention for practice, something to return to throughout class, maybe something to take off the mat and into the week with you. And gently fluttering the eyes open if they've closed. Working into a little bit of shoulder and hip mobility for this next little bit. So let's bring our arms to goalpost and see if you can keep your elbows as high as your shoulders. Then you're going to press your elbows and the back of your hands back, getting a nice little stretch through the pectorals. And let's take an inhale, exhale, press the elbows and the palms together, lift up, doming your back. Okay, so you should feel the shoulder girdle kind of activate. Inhale, back to goalpost. Exhale, take an internal rotation. So now you're pressing the back of your hands back. Keep the elbows lifted. Inhale to goalpost. Exhale, elbows draw by your side, lift your chest. 1 more full round. Inhale, goalpost. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale, goalpost. Exhale, take that internal rotation. Keep the elbows up. Feels kind of funny. Inhale, goalpost. Exhale, draw the elbows in by your sides. And then this time, inhale, reach your arms behind your back. Exhale, press up. 1 more like that. So inhale, lift your pinky fingers to the ceiling. Exhale, press the palms together. And then this time, interlace your hands behind your back. See if you can get your palms to touch. And then see how much you can lift your fist away from your body. Drawing your chest forward for a gentle back bend in the upper back. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Releasing your hands, coming back to Tadasana. Opening up through the hips a little bit. 3 external hip circles, 3 internal hip circles, and then we'll step back to high lunge. So the weight is in the left foot to start. You'll lift the right knee, open the hip, Turn the right knee down and back. Once your right knee is next to the left, flex the right foot, press back, opening up through the hip flexor, engaging the glute. So it's an inhale to lift, open, out, down, around, flex back. One more. Up, out, down, and around, flex back. Switching directions. Now we're starting here. Down, out, up, and around. Flex back. Down, out, up, and around. Flex back. Last round. Out, up, down, and around. Flex back. This time flex all the way back to your high lunge. Really active arms. Take a nice deep bend in the right knee, sending the right hip flexor forward, and then straighten the right leg back out. Let's take an inhale, exhale, opening up to your warrior two. The left heel intersects the arch of the right foot. Keep opening the left knee over the left pinky toe. Really active arms. Let's take an inhale, exhale, straighten the left leg, sending the left hip back, reaching forward, coming into triangle. So the gaze is lifted towards your right thumb. Shoulder blades are drawing together behind your back. And let's take another full inhale and exhale. Right arm sweeps up and overhead, palm face down, gaze follows for a really deep side body stretch. And let's take one more inhale and exhale, bending into the left knee. Hands frame your left foot, come onto the ball of the right foot, press into the palm of the right hand, left arm lifts this time. And let's take an inhale, exhale, frame your left foot, doming the back. Inhale, left foot steps back to meet the right, and then exhale, lower down, untucking your toes. We'll take 3 rounds of baby cobra here, bringing the big toes to touch. See if you can keep your palms and your toes down for the first 2. Inhale, chest to gaze lift, drawing the chest forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, this time lifting your toes and your hands. Inhaling, keep lifting your chest. And exhale, come back through your wide-legged child's pose to downward facing dog. From down dog, really send your weight to your left heel, rooting the left heel into the mat. Lift your right leg, pointing your right toes. The more you can send your weight back to your left heel, the deeper the hamstring stretch will be. And let's take an inhale. On your exhale, right knee hugs into the chest, placing the right foot between your hands. Inhale, left foot meets the right gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Option to take any of the variations we've done, or peace fingers catch big toes. Keep the bind if you have it. Lift your gaze on your inhale. Then exhale, fold. Let the elbows splay out. Keep shifting the weight forward. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Releasing the bind. Deep bend in the knees, chin to the chest, doming your back. Slowly roll up and coming to stand in Tadasana, top of the mat. So same thing, second side. Shifting the weight to the right foot this time. Moving through those hip circles. So we're lifting the left leg up, out, down, and around. Flex back. 2 more like that. Up, out, down and around. Flexing. Up, out, down and around. Flex the foot back. Engage the glute. Switching directions. Left leg comes out, up, down, and back. 2 more. Out, up, down, and back. Last round. Out, up, forward, back. Flex your foot all the way to your high lunge. And this time in your high lunge, really setting up, and then bring the thumbs to touch overhead. Press the back of your hands to the back of the room to open up through the shoulders a little bit more. Nice deep bend in that right knee. And then bring the palms to face each other. On the inhale, lift up and out of the right hip. Exhale, opening to your warrior two. Nice long stance. And right away, making sure the right knee is tracking over the right pinky toe. Get really active arms. This time on the inhale, shoulders lift up to the ears. And then exhale, relax them down your back. And on your inhale, straightening the right leg, sending the hips back, micro bend in the knee, reaching forward, getting length, and then coming into triangle. Gaze is lifted. It's like the whole backside body is flat against the wall. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Inhale to lift the left arm forward, gaze towards your wrist, trying to get nice and long through the left side body. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Deep bend in the right knee, left hand plants coming onto the ball of your left foot. Right away, the right arm lifts for your twist. Gaze follows. Let's take an inhale, exhale, hands frame your right foot, dome your back, and see if you can silently step the right foot to meet the left. And this time we'll hold in plank. And so keeping your shoulders and your hips in a nice straight line, slightly doming the upper back, and then see if you can shift your shoulders slightly forward of your wrists. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Option to lower the knees first or straight as a board. Elbows graze your side as you lower all the way down. Untucking your toes, and we'll come into Sphinx. So elbows are directly under your shoulders. Forearms are making the number 11. Thumb and first finger make the letter L. And then traction your chest forward by drawing your elbows, kind of like sending the elbows towards your heels without really moving the elbows, and then drawing your chest forward. Right, so helping to initiate a deeper back bend in the thoracic spine. Maybe the big toes are touching behind the back and your legs are so active that only your upper quads are touching down. Right, so option to stay right here or bring your hands out to 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock, pressing into the palms of your hands for seal pose. But keep squeezing the pencil between your shoulder blades. And let's take another full inhale and exhale. Gently lowering down, hands come under your shoulders, come through your wide-legged child pose to downward facing dog. Hips to the ceiling. And then you're shifting your weight back into your right heel as you lift your left leg, pointing the left toes. Try to keep your hips square to the mat. Keep sending that weight back. One more inhale and exhale. And then hug your left knee into your chest. Place your foot between your hands. Inhale, right foot meets the left. And then exhale, fold. Again, option to take any of those 4 folds, or this time if you'd like to work deeper, you can bring your arms behind your calves, catch opposite elbows, and then kind of draw your arms down the legs as you tuck your nose towards your knees. Keep shifting the weight forward in whichever variation you're in. Let's take another full inhale and exhale. Releasing the elbows deep, bend in the knees, chin to the chest, doming the back. Take your time as you slowly roll up. Coming to stand in Tadasana. top of the mat. All right, so I just wanted to move through camper pose. It's a really nice opening through the piriformis and through the outer hips with a little something in between. So we're shifting the weight to the left foot, crossing your right ankle over your left thigh, and then trust a nice deep bend in the left knee. And the more you can send your hips back, the more it balances the right knee going forward. Maybe you sink down a little bit more. Maybe your forearms are touching your right leg, flexing the right foot. Let's take another inhale and exhale, pressing into the left foot, hugging your right knee into your chest, and then interlace your hands, really draw the right knee in, and placing the right foot back on the mat. Before we take the second side, we'll take Cactus Twist. Arms come back to goalpost, and see how slow you can go working the obliques here. Try to keep both hip bones squared to the front. So we're taking an inhale, exhale, rotate to the right. It's harder when the hips don't move. Inhale, center, exhale, rotate left. Inhale, center, exhale to the right. Inhale, center, exhale left, one more each side. Inhale, center, exhale to the right. Inhale, center, exhale left. Inhale, center, exhale, draw the elbows into your chest, and then release them by your side. Camper second side, this time you're welcome to add a twist in if you'd like. And so the weight's in the right foot, left ankle over your right thigh. Really send the hips back, flex the left foot, maybe lower back down. If you'd like to try that twisting motion here, you can rotate over to the right, and this time maybe you hook your left tricep in the arch of the left foot for a slightly deeper twist and work in the outer hip. Totally optional. Let's take one more inhale, one more exhale. And coming back to center, if you took that twist, press into the sole of the right foot, hug the left knee into your chest. And then just lower the left foot next to the right. And coming to the top of the mat if you're not yet there. Right, hugging your ribs in. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward. Moving through your vinyasa. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, planting your palms, stepping or floating back. Right? Making it your own path. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And let's all take 3 full rounds of open mouth exhales here. Inhaling, open mouth, exhale. 2 more just like that, really let it go on the exhale. Inhale, open mouth, exhale. Last one. And then gently release into your wide-legged child's pose, hips to the heels. And calling into your mind the intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Thanking yourself for showing up, for taking this time for you. And then gently walk your hands back to meet your knees, and bringing your knees to touch, and shifting the weight over to the right, and then just bringing the legs out in front. And so we'll take 2 variations on forward fold today. Hands are under the shoulders for the first. Press into the palms, sitting up nice and tall. And flexing your toes back towards your feet, so maybe your heels lift off the mat. And then you can release your heels down, but keep your spine as straight as it is as you walk your hands forward. You can use your palms or your fingertips to kind of traction your chest towards your toes. And if you can keep the spine nice and straight, you get the deeper sensation, kind of the isolation in the hamstrings. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Walking the hands back in, second variation. You want a big C curve in the spine. Forearms are down, palms face up. tucking the chin into your chest, and imagining the top of your head is touching your knees. Right? So really doming the back. And as you inhale, feel the lower back expand. And as you exhale, maybe you lower your head just a tiny bit more towards your knees. Keeping the chin tucked into the chest, slowly rolling all the way up. We'll take a back bend from here, bringing your hands about 4 or 5 inches behind your seat. If you'd rather opt out of a back bend, taking hammock, pressing to the palms to really open up through your chest. And otherwise, we'll all take reverse table, bringing the soles of the feet onto the mat. As you're ready, rooting into your heels to rise up, engaging the glutes, hip flexors to the ceiling, head and neck release back. And imagine that you're squeezing a block between your inner thighs. Let's take one more inhale, and chin tucks into the chest. Exhale to lower down. We'll all bring the feet as wide as the mat. Just pausing here for a second, and just take a couple rounds of windshield, releasing the knees side to side. And then gently coming back to center, taking butterfly, soles of the feet touch. Right, trying to peel your feet open like you're reading a book. So it's really releasing the knees towards the mat, sitting up nice and tall. And if you're folding forward, it's a hinge at the hips with a straight spine. Let's take another inhale and exhale, sitting back up, using your arms to draw your knees to touch. Coming to the top part of the mat if you're not yet there. The soles of the feet are hips width distance. Straightening the arms to trim the legs, tuck the lower back under, and see how slowly you can lower all the way down. Really taking your time. Once you've lowered down, hugging the knees back into the chest, and then we'll take a sacrum circle in each direction once more, releasing the lower back. Switching directions, counterclockwise. Knees draw back in, and bring the left knee towards the left shoulder, the right knee towards the right shoulder, and then flex your feet to the ceiling, happy baby pose, catching your big toe or the outer edges of your feet. You're welcome to sway side to side if that feels good. Gently bringing the knees back together. We'll take reclined figure 4, crossing the left ankle over your right thigh, hands interlaced behind the right hamstring. It's kind of mimicking camper pose. Trying to draw the right knee towards the body, the left knee away. Gently switching sides, crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, hands interlaced behind the left hamstring. And see if you can keep the left heel as high as the left knee, right? You're drawing the left knee towards the body, right knee away. And then releasing the right knee. Hugging your knees into your chest, arms are by your side, legs up the wall. Straightening the legs and engaging the core just enough to keep the lower back rooted down. Right, maybe you close your eyes, resting upside down for a few rounds of breath. Shoulder blades are relaxed onto the mat. Gently fluttering the eyes open if they've closed. We're going to lower the legs to prepare for Matsyasana fish pose. So we'll take an inhale and an 8 count exhale to lower. Really engaging your core on the way down to keep the lower back rooted. Here we go. Inhale, exhale to lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Heels are hovering. 7 and 8. Heels lower down. Pointing your toes, fish pose. Palms of the hands are just under your seat, pressing into your forearms. Chest is lifting towards the sky. Head and neck release back. 3 full rounds of open mouth exhales. Gently tucking the chin into your chest, lowering back down, and setting up for our supine twist to Shavasana. Knees drawn to the chest, full posting the arms. Let's take an inhale, exhale, knees to the right, gaze over the left shoulder. Gently bringing the head back to center, lifting the left leg and the right, and resetting the spine for a moment. Let's take an inhale using the hip flexors to hug the knees in, and then exhale, knees to the left, gaze over to the right. Bringing your head back to center, lifting the right leg and the left, and hugging your knees into your chest. And setting up for Shavasana. On your inhale, shoulders, neck, and head lift off the mat. And then exhale, letting everything go. Taking up as much space as possible. Letting the body and the mind feel the full benefits of this practice. Slowly Starting to come back into this space, wiggling fingers and toes, maybe rolling wrists and ankles, maybe reaching your arms overhead, giving yourself a full body stretch. With little effort, gently making your way onto your right side, pausing in the seat of full potential. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed. And slowly coming to a comfortable seated posture at the top of your mat. And even with closed eyes, the gaze is slightly forward and down. And rooting the sits bones into the mat. Palms of the hands face down on the knees. And drawing your chest forward. Inhale, shoulders to the ears. And then exhale, relax them down the back. Feeling the spine elongate. And then gently bringing the palms to touch at heart center. And in this moment of stillness, calling into your mind the quality about yourself that you really value, and completing the sentence and saying it to yourself 3 times. I am. And together we'll seal this practice with an inhale and an open mouth exhale. Thank you. And thanks so much for joining this morning. I hope it was a lovely start to your day. And of course, this video and all the other videos will be available on Earth Check's Facebook page, so you can always view the class again. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much. Bye.